Hey, what's up, players? So I'm a little bit late getting this up, but I wanted to share my first impressions of the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds open network test, and I gotta say, that thing was fun. I seriously had a hard time putting that thing down. So a little bit of backstory. I've played a ton of Mario Kart Double Dash, MKDS, and Mario Kart 8, but low-key, I think Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is goated and is up there as probably one of my all-time favorite racing games. Admittedly, I did skip out on Team Sonic Racing because, I don't know, from all the footage that I saw of the game, it didn't look like it hit quite the same like Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed did. So as a result, I didn't pay too much attention to CrossWorlds. But bro, after playing this network test, I'm not gonna lie, it might have actually sold me on the game. Not at launch, sadly, just because money's a little tight right now. But hey, you know Sega always comes through with the winter sales, and I can imagine that this game will also be on sale this winter. Dude, there's so much that I enjoyed from this network test. Let me just talk about the presentation. Dude, this game looks amazing. Everything just pops and it just looks so clean. Speaking of presentation, before I go any further, when you get the game, do yourself a favor, go into the settings and then change the camera from original, which is the default, to dynamic. Honestly, I think dynamic should just be the default because it's a subtle change on how it positions the camera, but it really makes everything feel faster. Even though the speed's the same, this is literally how the camera's positioned that makes things feel faster and better. So highly recommend that you change that because it made a huge world of difference. Dude, I was so happy to see the Babylon Rogues and Extreme Gears make their way into Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Dude, I poured so many hours into Sonic Riders, and yes, I was one of those sickos that enjoyed Zero Gravity as a kid. And you already know, the first thing I did as soon as I had the opportunity to in this game was I changed to Extreme Gears and I did not look back. What can I say? Hoverboards just seem like they fit so well in the world of Sonic. The controls in this game feel really good. Drifting felt nice. It's like it feels tight, but it also feels a little loose, but not like you don't have control. It's kind of hard to explain, but it just feels really good to drift in this game. What's really interesting in this game is that when you run into walls, you actually lose rings. And when you lose rings, you lose speed. So it really really kind of forces you to make sure that your drift game is on point. Dude, the sense of speed in this game is unreal. The highest speed class wasn't even available in this game, which is supersonic speed. But honestly, even just sonic speed, which is the class that I stuck with, it feels so fast. And again, just want to reiterate, it feels much faster if you change the camera thing to dynamic. Tricks are done by moving your left stick up, down, left, or right when you're in the air. It's really satisfying, especially when you can pull off a ton of tricks at once. Definitely reminds me a lot of Sonic Riders and Racing Transformed. The items from my time of play didn't seem too bad in terms of use and balancing. My favorite was definitely the monster truck. There were times where I somehow would come from last place or at the end of the pack and then manage to either come out in first or at least make it within the top 3 by the final lap, but that's just more because I've played way too much Mario Kart and Sonic Racing games than just pure luck. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds also has a huge emphasis on customization. Characters aren't locked to a single vehicle, so you can feel free to choose your favorite characters. If your favorite characters are the Deadly Six, no judgment, but you can choose your favorite character, put them in a kart or extreme gear, and you can change the color, you can add decals, and most importantly, you can add gadgets. Gadgets are a way of giving you an advantage during the race, and they can range anywhere from, if you do the boost at the beginning, you can get bonus rings, or start off with the motorcycle item, or you can pull off more tricks in the air, so on and so forth. There's a lot of different choices available. So it'll be interesting to see if there's like a meta for how to optimize your karts or extreme gears. Online felt really smooth. There was only one instance where we had a connection error and everyone got booted out, but otherwise, everything felt really smooth. I had no issues whatsoever. And from what I understand, this game will have crossplay. I don't know if it was enabled for this network test, but the fact that it is going to be in a full game is really cool because that means that you're always going to have people online because it's not going to be platform dependent. But dude, I gotta say, I know that there was a closed network test earlier this year, but how in the world were there so many sweats online in just this short period of time? Dude, I hopped on the network test pretty late just because I was pretty busy that weekend. And dude, I was getting bodied hard. But again, because I played way too much Mario Kart and Sonic racing games, I was able to adapt and I was getting up there pretty high consistently. I was definitely getting into the whole one more game mentality, which is the same mentality that happens when I'm playing ranked in fighting games. Dude, the CrossWorlds mechanic is so cool. How it works is that you play out the first lap pretty normal, but then during the second lap, what happens is that there is 2 travel rings, and you have to choose which ring to go through, which takes you to a whole new world. And then once you go through that portal, you're in an entirely new course, completely different from the one that you started in. And then once you exit the portal, you end up back in the course that you start off with in the final lap, but that final lap has things rearranged compared from the first lap. Honestly, these things make the game feel fresh because even if you're replaying the same course, because there's not too many courses that were available in this network test, the crossworlds are always going to be different. And then having the final lap be different from the first lap just makes everything just feel fresh and exciting. What also makes the races feel exciting is that on the final lap, when you reach that final stretch where you can see the finish line ahead of you, the position indicator disappears. So like you can't see like what place you are, if you're like in second, third, fourth, first place. So when there's a group of racers all bunched up together just jockeying for first place, you don't know what place that you're in or what everyone else is in until you cross the finish line and you see the results. At first I was really confused as to like where the UI went. Like I thought there was like a bug or something, but once I played more and realized, oh no, that's actually part of the game. I thought it was really cool. I like that. Dude, the references and nostalgia were in full swing while playing this. Oh my gosh. I kid you not, when I found out that Sandhill from Sonic Adventure was in this game and I heard that remix, I popped off. I popped off so hard. Music in this game in general is just so good. I particularly like the one from the museum. I'm gonna guess this is a reference to a 2-Point Museum, because I was trying to figure out like what Sonic game is this from. But since there are Sega guest characters in this game, I'm guessing this has to be a reference to a 2-Point Museum. In the single-player Grand Prix, there's also a rivals mechanic where you get assigned a rival, and I think it's really cool because you just get to hear banter between the characters while racing, which is really cool. I think it's a really nice touch. Overall, I had a great time playing this, and I was feeling it once the thing ended, and I just wanted to play more. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I definitely want to check out the full game when it comes out. If you had a chance to play it, let me know what was your experience. Did you enjoy it? Are you gonna get the game yourself? Let me know down below. If you're looking for a non-denominational church, down in the description below will be a link to our church locator. Also down there you'll find a link to 2 Discords. One is my Discord and the other is the Christian Fighting Game Community Discord. Feel free to check those out if you'd like. Take care y'all, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.